After weeks of planning, we have finally made the trip across Europe in our camper van. Not knowing what to expect, we set off on our first European road trip, which turned out to be one of the most amazing adventures we've ever experienced. We drove through 9 countries and did almost 3,500 miles. We chose Croatia to be our end destination as we've never been there before and we were curious to see it. In this episode, we are driving through Switzerland with some of the most epic views that nature has to offer. We were absolutely amazed by the diversity of the scenery in this country. Please subscribe and join us on our adventure as we tackle one of Switzerland's most difficult mountain passes. This was our first trip to Europe in the van. We didn't know exactly how much it would cost us. We had a general idea and we set ourselves a budget, which surprisingly we managed not to go over. The biggest cost of the trip is obviously fuel. We will share the prices of all the countries we filled up in for comparison. Dartford Crossing is one of the few river crossings in the UK where you have to pay a toll. The crossing is a combination of 2 tunnels and a bridge, and it's £2.50 each way. We chose ferry crossing due to the cost, as it's still much cheaper than a Eurotunnel. The crossing is about 2 hours long, so it gave us a nice break from the driving. Once we arrived in France, we decided to take the route via Belgium and Luxembourg, and then stopped for the night in France. The next day we arrived in Switzerland and made our way to Luzern, a lakeside city in central Switzerland where we stayed overnight. Luzern is one of the most picturesque cities we've ever been to. It's at the lake, surrounded by majestic mountains. This is a perfect stop if you ever visit Switzerland, as this place has everything you need. Stunning views, beautiful old town, the lake, marina, boat trips, and plenty of shops and restaurants. This is the Chapel Bridge. It's one of the oldest covered bridges in Europe, and it dates back to 17th century. The old town is just stunning, but the most interesting part are the richly decorated buildings with painted historic scenes and beautiful designs. When the sun started to set, we decided to leave the town and find a park up for the night. This park up is absolutely amazing. It's on top of a mountain with incredible views surrounding you from each side. We spent the rest of the evening watching the sun slowly fall behind the mountains and enjoyed the peaceful moments and feeling at one with nature. The next day we woke up very early and were greeted with the most glorious sunrise. We made our way towards higher mountains and decided to tackle some of the most difficult and windy roads in Alps. We tried to avoid motorways wherever possible, and we took more scenic routes through mountain landscapes. For us, it was the best way to experience the beauty of this country. road that you can see now is called Old Tremola. It's one of the most challenging roads here in Switzerland. The road is very steep. It's over 7 miles long. It has 37 bends, 24 of which are very sharp. The road is fully paved. It was built between 1827 and 1832, and it is believed that this is Switzerland's longest historical road monument. The road is not always accessible. It's closed during winter because of bad weather conditions and snow. Thanks for watching guys, and we'll see you on the next video where we travel through Italy.